Today we are going to practice finding compatible numbers to help us with addition and multiplication. Here we go. Okay, so addition and multiplication are two operations that are commutative operations. That means that I can change the order of the numbers in an addition question or in a multiplication question, and it will not affect the answer. Simple example, 2 plus 3 is the same as 3 plus 2. They both equal 5. The same is true for multiplication. 2 times 3 will give you the same product as 3 times 2. And it doesn't matter how many numbers I'm adding together. I can add together 10 numbers and I can rearrange those numbers every different way. It will always spit out the same sum. And same with a long chain of multiplication. I can rearrange those numbers as much as I want and it will always give me the same product. So we are going to rely on the commutative property of addition and multiplication to help us more easily add a long list of numbers and multiply a long list of numbers. Okay, knowing that addition and multiplication are both commutative operations, meaning we can switch around the order and it will not change the answer, we are going to switch these questions around and add together compatible numbers and multiply together compatible numbers. What does compatible mean? Compatible means two numbers that get along. They get along because when added together or multiplied together, they give us a friendly number, a number that is easy to work with. Friendly numbers are 10, 100, 1000. Those are very friendly numbers because they're easy to add and they're easy to multiply. Somewhat friendly numbers will do too. Sometimes any number that just ends in a 0 or several zeros are easier to work with than numbers that do not end with a 0. So our goal is, whenever possible, to make 10, make 100, and if we can't do that, we're going to try to make a number that at least ends in 0 or several zeros, because they are friendly. So we want to find compatible numbers that will go together to make a friendly number. So let's see if we can rearrange these numbers here to make friendly numbers. So when we're adding, 7s and 3s go together. Any number that ends with a 7 and ends with a 3, they're compatible because they're going to end in a 0. So 27 plus 13, I like to go from left to right when I'm adding. 20 plus 10 is 30, and then I know my 7 and my 3 are going to give me another 10, so altogether I've got 40. So maybe you can just hold the 40 in your head, or maybe you want to jot it down. That leaves me with 35 and 15, which are also compatible because 5 and 5 are compatible numbers to add together. So 30 plus 10 is 40, plus I have my other 10 with my 5s, which is 50. So I'm going to add together 40 plus 50 equals 90. Now, isn't 40 plus 50 much easier to deal with than if I were to try to add 27 and 35 and then take that and add 13 to it and then take that and add 15 to it? I'd still get 90, but it would be a lot more difficult to do in my head. Let's look at these numbers. Okay, compatible numbers here would be 38 and 22, because 8 and 2 make 10. And then my 14 and my 66 are compatible because 4 and 6 make 10. So I'm happy to make numbers that end in 0. 38 plus 22 is going to give me 50 plus 10, 60. 14 and 66 are going to give me 70 plus 10, 80. 60 plus 80 is 140. Okay, we can do the same thing when we're multiplying. Let's pick two factors that are going to give me a friendly number. 7 and 2 will give me 14, that's not really going to work. 7 and 5 gives me 35, not friendly. 7 and 7 gives me 49, not friendly. But 2 and 5 give me a very friendly number, which is 10. 7 times 7 is going to give me 49. And remember, this is all a chain of multiplication, so I have to multiply my two numbers at the end too. 10 times 49 is 490. Much easier than going 14 times 5 and then taking that times 7. All right, what is friendly here? What's compatible? 50 times 2 is going to give me 100, and 100 is very friendly. So I'll take my 100 and I'll multiply it, but what's left by what is left over. 8 times 6 is 48. So now I have 4,800 as my final answer. Okay, now it's your turn. Pause the video, try these questions on your own, and then come back and check your answers. Okay, let's find some compatible numbers. 25 times 4 gives me 100. 3 times 8 gives me 24. So I've got 2,400 as my answer. Adding, the friendly numbers, or the compatible numbers here, are going to be 71 with 19 and 64 with 46. 71 and 19 will give me 90. 64 and 46 will give me 110. Those together gives me 200. Compatible numbers here. I've got a couple of options. I've got the two 5s here, so each 5 will go with one of the others. Now, I'm not able to make 10 or 100 here, but that's okay because I can make two numbers that are friendly enough because they'll both end in a 0. So 8 times 5 gives me 40. 6 times 5 gives me 30. And remember, this is a multiplication question, so I'm always multiplying. 40 times 30 is going to give me a 12 followed by 2 zeros, which is 1,200. Compatible numbers here, the 82 will go with 18, and then the 17 will go with the 53. 82 plus 18 equals 100. 17 plus 53 equals 70. 170 is my final answer.